the Los Angeles LGBT Center saved my life, and it's quite possible that it could save yours too.
My life at the beginning was about surviving. Now it's about dreaming big. The center gave me the freedom and the opportunity to dream big.
A lot of people in our community don't have a sense of belonging or welcoming, and the center provides that.
I feel safer, I feel more comfortable, I feel like there's always somewhere to go.
They helped us when we didn't have hope. We say thank you.
When I see what has happened here, and there's hope for everyone.
By the end of 1969, the post-Black Cat and Stonewall world is fostering a new ideal: liberation. Radical, direct action breaks the chains of shame, giving way to pride and purpose. In Los Angeles, members of the Gay Liberation Front are determined to go into the next evolution. They begin offering services and support focused on the needs of the emerging community. In 1971, with $35 in the bank, the all-volunteer organization opens its first headquarters with a sign for all to see. The founders have big ideas for their new home.
We are determined to go into the next evolution, the business of revolution by example. Founding board member, Morris Kite.
It's a revolutionary concept that is still part of the center's DNA.
That's what we were about in gay liberation. We didn't want to be accepted. We wanted to change the world for ourselves and for everyone.
They had to look some hate in the face that I have the privilege of not having to, and that they were very bold in their message for what they wanted, not just for themselves, but for the future.
They're the ones that let us know that we don't need to be in the shadows.
I'm watching them. Someone younger than me is watching me.
To be able to dream is a revolution.
By 1972, nearly 6,000 people are accessing services.
As we developed and grew, so did the concept, and so did our services. Founding board member June Hurley.
6 Liberation houses offer room and board for $1.50 a day. The world's first lesbian health clinic is open. After years of tangling with the IRS, the center becomes the first LGBT organization to receive tax-exempt status. It comes with the conditions that we cannot advocate the practice of or contend that homosexuality is normal, conditions we promptly ignore. On the heels of our IRS designation, the center becomes the first LGBT organization ever to receive federal funding. By 1975, we've grown into our new headquarters on Highland Avenue, and a new name reflects our evolving identity, even as our next great challenge silently develops in the shadows.
Scientists at the National Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta today released the results of a study which shows that the lifestyle of some male homosexuals has triggered an epidemic of a rare form of cancer.
Little by little, we were watching the community disappear.
We lost millions of men and women that were heroes and sheroes and queeros, that were revolutionists, that were activists and anarchists and artists and teachers and trailblazers.
The center's early response to the epidemic focuses on care and compassion. An emergency hotline is set up to answer questions from the community. The LA Cares Like a Mother campaign gets national attention. The center opens the first HIV testing site in California. It quickly becomes the nation's largest. We are literally in a fight for our lives.
President, have any reaction to the announcement of the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta that AIDS is now an epidemic? It's known as gay plague. No, it is. I mean, it's a pretty serious thing that 1 in every 3 people that get this have died, and I wonder if the president is aware of it.
I don't have it. Are you? Do you?
You don't have it. Well, I'm relieved to hear that, Larry.
Do you?
No,
You didn't answer my question.
Well, I just wondered,
how do you know?
Does the president, in other words, the White House looks on this as a great joke.
Terrible way to learn political education, and a terrible way to learn your own power.
It angered me. It made me really angry. And I decided that I wasn't just gonna just stand by and just be a victim or let people kick me around. I was gonna get out and I was gonna fight.
With our government's criminal indifference to the epidemic, caring for our community becomes an act of political warfare. And we continue the commitment to our revolution by example, vowing to build what no one else dares to even dream. We launched the first capital campaign in history by an LGBT organization to remodel what will become our new headquarters. Ironically, it's the former IRS office, the same building where our nonprofit tax status was denied back in the 1970s. We dream bigger, and in 1994 hit the road to end AIDS. Known as AIDS Life Cycle since 2001, the ride has raised more than $280 million. By the mid-90s, our revolution by example is booming, as we continue to care for and celebrate our community. We capped the decade in 1998 when we opened the Village at Ed Gould Plaza, a $7 million community education and cultural center.
A place like this with the resources and the community and just the sense of dignity and respect afforded to a lot of individuals who are often in really vulnerable places.
It allows me the opportunity to be me.
I didn't go to my senior prom when I was in high school, but I didn't go because I didn't want to wear a gown. I was like, this isn't me. You know, I want to wear the tuxedo. And so now when I go, I can wear my tuxedo. And I love that.
As we enter the new millennium, our revolution by example is serving more LGBT people than any other organization in the world. Our mission is to build a world where LGBT people thrive as healthy, equal, and complete members of society. From housing for youth and seniors, to caring for our LGBT veterans and transgender community, and providing the healthcare we all deserve. From your local school campus to China's Great Wall, and all points in between, we're building that world. One revolution at a time. Still, the political realities of the 80s and 90s teach us that caring for our community must go hand in hand with advocating for change. We declare that HIV is a gay disease so we can own it and one day end it. As the nation elects our most LGBT supportive president in history, we learn that we can never take progress for granted. And we keep fighting until the Supremes put a ring on it. We come to understand that sexual orientation and gender identity rest at the intersection of a host of identities, and our revolution must include them all. We stand together to mourn. We stand together in defiance. We stand together in solidarity. We stand together as we fight like hell. And we stand together when a dream like no other comes true.
At a time in our nation when the highest leaders in the land are building a wall to keep the most vulnerable among us out, your center has built a home to invite the most vulnerable in.
The center is inspiring.
The center is a safe space for us to be ourselves.
El centro de mi corazón.
The center is amazing.
Magnificent.
A haven. Home.
My home.
It's like coming home.
Like this big with open arms.
Beacon of light for LGBTQ people.
The center is the world for me.
This is the only place on earth to be.
It's your center.
The center means that people who feel like they have nowhere to go have somewhere to go. No matter what.
Welcome to the Revolution by Example, 50 years and counting.